and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about 7 ways one can get clients. This has been a common question that I've gotten. Most people ask you when starting out, how do you get clients? In this video, I'm going to answer that. I'm going to give ways, mostly which me myself have used, or I know friends who have used that, the same ways or means. For people who are new here, let me introduce myself. I am Ruth Tanui, an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. I'm also the founder and managing partner of Ruth Tanui and Company Advocates. First, I want to say that it's not easy getting clients the first time. Even if you haven't watched, I have a friend who shared starting how he started a law firm during a pandemic from scratch. Like, he didn't have any clients. He also said, if you haven't watched that video, you can go and watch it. But he was stating the way it wasn't easy getting clients at first. So that's something I don't want people to have the perception that it's going to be easy. So, like, if you want to make that decision of maybe starting your own firm, at least know that it's not going to be easy at first. It's something that will take time. So for instance, ensure maybe you have savings or all that, because it takes time. For some people, maybe they get lucky. Like most people, it normally takes time. Now let me get to this 7 ways that you can be able to get clients. Is getting criminal clients. This is, I think, the easiest, in a sense that it involves maybe going to the police station to talk to the arrested people who don't have representation. But though I won't lie, it's frustrating, especially going to the police stations. But anyway, I know friends who have done that, and they normally tell me how frustrating it is. But there's also the option of going to the police cells in courts, like Mlimani, Makadara, and Kibera. You go to the police cells where the investigating officers bring arrested people before they go and take plea. So you go there and try and talk to people who maybe they don't have representation. Like, it normally takes time, though it has its advantages and disadvantages. The advantages being, it pays well, especially if you have established ground. You can get, it's easy money, quick easy money, especially after establishing ground. Remember, I'm not saying something that when you go the first day it happens. And then the second thing is that you can get long-term clients, because you get a plea for someone, and that person, of course, after the plea, that's not the end of the case. So in most instances, you can get a client you can get a few clients now who will be handling their cases. The disadvantages are that in most of these courts, there are people who have already advocates who have established ground, so getting access sometimes can take time. And then the other disadvantage are, remember, most of these people, they are, let me not say criminals, but they are accused person, like they are not trustworthy. So I've had friends who have said that maybe you're going to take a plea for someone, then maybe you agree they're going to pay 10,000 for, I'm just giving an example. Then you say, maybe pay me deposit before, so they send you 5,000 in your maybe via M-Pesa. Then by the time when you're in court, of course your phone will be on silent. You're waiting now for him or her to take the plea. Then they reverse. So by the time you're leaving court, you find the money has already been reversed. So those are some of the challenges that like the disadvantages. It's something that you cannot rely on, but it's one way of getting clients. So if you have the stomach for it and you have the patience for it, I think that's a way that you can use to get clients. The second way of getting clients is through family and friends. Yeah, you may not get big briefs that are going to be like give you a lot of money, but that's a good place to also start. Especially now, let's say for instance, now you've decided to go solo, at least you inform your family and friends that now you're going solo, and you won't mind them giving you referrals. Because trust me, sometimes some of those briefs really work out, and through those, like, you find getting a serious case. And the problem, I know most people, when it comes to family and friends, is payment. But the best thing about this is you ensure, like, you get your payments up front. And again, you make sure you act professionally too. Like, you inform these people that this man, like, maybe do a breakdown of a fee, so they can get the point of why they are paying this amount of money. Like, be professional at first. The problem is, it's better you lose them from the beginning than starting the case and then now you start. Make sure, especially with family and friends, from the beginning you have already agreed the payment, how they are going to pay. If possible, let them pay the full amount up front. Or they pay after, before you do something, ensure they have deposited the money. So you'll just find a way to maneuver. It's not easy, but if you can, that's a good way. I won't, because you remember you're just trying to establish ground. So you want to use all the opportunities that you can. The third way you can get clients is social media. I think as I think it's obvious the way a lot of things have gone online. So you can, like for me, especially during the pandemic, I won't lie, I've got a number of clients through social media. Like sharing just a few, information. Like I know of many law firms, especially these big law firms, they normally have in their law firm websites, they share articles of maybe employment law, land law. So you don't, of course you can't overshare, just giving information, general information. It's more of general information. So it's not like giving legal advice for free, it's just general information. So through that you find yourself getting clients. Like for me, I remember I just shared some general mistakes people do while buying land, and then they end up getting conned. I remember I did that, and I shared it in some African Leading Women Facebook page where it's for ladies, and it's only for ladies. But I didn't expect that rate, because it was just general mistakes, like failing to do a search. I didn't even go in details. Failing to use an advocate, professionals like advocates, and through that it got a lot of engagement. I think when I'll place it here on the screen, and trust me, through that post I got a lot of consultation, and actually that turned into real clients. So I would never ignore the power of social media. So just, I don't mean like you also do the same thing, just find a way that will work for you. So I won't lie, like social media, especially because just let's say for example, like for me, my law firm is in Gong Road, and we are a lot of law firms there. Getting walk-ins is not easy. So if you depend on the traditional way of waiting for of walk-ins, it's going to take time before you get clients. So at least you take advantage of social media. Just find a way that will work for you. Maybe you have your law firm website, do articles, or maybe you're even Facebook page, or have a blog. Just find a way, because I even know of some lady, I've forgotten her name. She has a blog for employment law, and it's so well, like she even does recent issues, and I'm so sure she's getting a lot of briefs courtesy of that. So don't ignore the power of social media. So you can also find out, just according to you, just find a way that will work for you. Don't also do it because it's the way this other person has done. You just find a way that will work for you. The fourth way of getting clients is especially from taking briefs from other advocates, especially when you're starting out. I don't mean like maybe you snatch clients from advocates who have given you the brief. It's more of, do you know how when maybe, especially these briefs, they are normally like out of Nairobi, or not just when you're going to take those, especially when you're just starting out, like you don't have a lot of clients. Most of the time when you go to this, especially let's say like Thika, I remember there was a time I was doing a brief for an advocate, and it was in Thika. I remember that time there was no other advocate present in court, so I held brief for I held brief for many people, because most advocates weren't there. And in the process, though, you find like a client approaching you, telling you like, so make sure when you're doing a brief, even if it's not your case, give it your best. I think I got like 2 clients. Like they approach you, they're like, I've been having this matter, I've never gotten, or I had an advocate who has never shown up for my case, who's not interested in my case, or or they tell you I have a, like I've never gotten access to an advocate. Just find people approaching you, and just like that you get a brief. That's another way you can get clients. This is especially when you're just starting out. So because I know taking briefs from advocates is not a lot of money, but through that you can, I even know friends who have gotten clients from just doing briefs, because that's the best way of getting exposure. Remember, it's because of that brief that you'll go appear before court and have audience in court. So you'll find one of the people in the audience will be your future clients. So also take advantage of that. This is especially, as I've stated, when you're starting out. The fifth way of getting clients is through referral from your current clients. So ensure any brief you get, it doesn't matter how small that brief is, just ensure that you give your best, because through that, trust me, you'll get, through a small brief from a current client, you'll get a big brief from another client, because that client will see how you helped this, how you did their case. They'll now refer you to other clients. So ensure and it doesn't matter if it's as small as just drafting an agreement. Give your all, be very professional. Just ensure, what I've realized about like getting clients, it's about trust. If a client trusts you, even though they know you have maybe 2 years, only 2 years experience or less than 3 years experience, they will prefer you doing their matter as opposed to a person who is more senior than you, because they have so much. Ensure you build that trust. This is, most advocates will tell you, this is where you get a lot of clients, is through referrals. So ensure any brief you get, no matter how small it is when you're starting out, give it your best, because that's how you'll get other clients. The sixth way of getting clients again is through maybe mediation or arbitration, but mostly mediation, because as you all know, arbitration is quite pricey, and it takes time. But if you can still just go for it. Also, especially if you're already maybe an arbitrator. But here, let me mostly focus on mediation, because mediation, even the training takes less than a month in most instances. So I would suggest, if you can, because remember, as self-employed advocate, you'll have a lot of time. I know of someone who normally earns over 60,000 per month for mediation, and it's part-time, literally part-time, because I think maybe 2 Fridays in a month, or maybe 3 Fridays in a month, and mostly I'm out of Nairobi, but still, can you imagine that? It's just a small sacrifice. Just wake up early in the morning, go maybe to Eldoret, maybe you have set your mediation at around maybe 2, and at the end of the month you get, it's another way of earning money. And remember, through mediation, you'll meet a lot of people. Like for her, she has like over 5 clients that she has met through mediation. Remember, these people are mediating, they're just like, these are the most probably your future clients. So because they have maybe even through that, the issue maybe you'll solve as a mediator, they'll also tell you, by the way, niko na shamba ingine hapo, sijui what this and this has happened. So through that, you can also still, it's a good way of making money as you're starting out, and also getting clients. The seventh way of getting clients is through going to these small circles, especially or these microfinance banks, especially if you want to venture into conveyancing, so that you can join their panel. Like, I think you understand what I mean. These people, they give out credit, circles or these microfinances, they give out credit to people. So people might use their land as security. So they normally have lawyers in their panels who ensure like doing more of due diligence, and then you get paid your legal fees. Trust me, they may not be paying much as KCB, Cooperative Bank, Equity Bank, but at least it's a good way to start. And the best part is you're going to use it to build your law firm profile. So you just approach these circles, and then you ask them that what is required for you to join their panel. Most of them will tell you, like me, there is one, they were telling me the way for them, they're not they take only like after 2 years, but currently they're having problem with Nakuru. When they get clients from Nakuru, a person who will deal with Nakuru, like we don't have a lot of lawyers from Nakuru, and the ones we have, they're not delivering. Now for you, you're just starting out. So, and the good thing with this, after the first time will take time, but after you get a reliable person at the maybe Nakuru Land Registry, you'll not even have to maybe you also get a clerk. You'll find yourself, you spend less time, so long as you've just gotten the right people to deal with. So that's another way you can get clients. Those are 7 ways. I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any questions, you can put it there in the comment section. I'll also bring in some more people I know who have started their law firms, and they can also share how for them maybe they got clients. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. And before I log out, please, if you haven't followed us yet, follow us at Lawyers Helping Each Other 2020 on Instagram, and like our page on Facebook at Miss Tanui. And also don't forget to check out articles that I put up every Wednesday on my website, www.misstanui.com. It's here on the screen. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.